1. Scientist finds signs of acid fog on red planet. This topic is important under General Studies Paper 3. Space Science and Explorations. Why recently in news? Mars has acid fog which eats away rocks and is caused by volcanic eruptions on the red planet, a new study suggests. Scientists revealed that how acidic vapors may have eaten at the rocks in a 100-acre area on Husband Hill in the Columbia Hills of Gusev crater on Mars. The chemical composition of these rocks, as determined by Spirit's alpha proton X-ray spectrometer, is the same, but the rocks looked different to all of the other instruments. The effect has taken place over a long period of time, and is most pronounced in areas where water doesn't evaporate as readily. They found evidence of different levels of exposed oxidized iron in the rocks, indicating an agent had affected similarly aged rocks in different ways. There's still no indication to what extent acid fogs still persist on Mars. But it seems that the effects of acid fog are fairly recent on the planet, especially in dark areas where it's allowed to have more of an effect. How acid fog forms. The acid concentrations of fog, or low-lying clouds, are very active environments for the conversion of sulfur dioxide to sulfuric acid. For many years, though, the primary pathway for oxidation of SO2 to H2SO4 was thought to be in the gas phase. The acidification phenomenon begins primarily when the combustion of fossil fuels produces SO and NO. Normally unreactive, nitrogen and oxygen combine through high-temperature combustion to form NO2, which is subsequently oxidized to NO. So that SO and NO in the atmosphere can be oxidized to produce H2SO4 and HNO3 gases. If the acidic particles are large enough, they can settle to the earth by sedimentation. Otherwise, this dry form of deposition forms the acid fog. 2. Center extends National Saffron Mission by 2 years in J&K. This topic is important under General Studies Paper 2. Government Policies and Schemes. About National Saffron Mission. The 371.18 crore rupees National Saffron Mission program, with 286.06 crore rupees as the central government's share, and 85.12 crore rupees as farmers' share, will be executed in 4 years to revive saffron production in Jammu and Kashmir. The mission would cover drip irrigation, research, mechanization, processing and marketing support to ease the crisis. And amount of Rs. 39.43 crore is being utilized during the current financial year. The main objective of the scheme is to extend support for creation of irrigation facilities through tube wells and sprinklers, which would help better crop production in the area. The mission also proposes to introduce mechanization techniques by procuring costly machines for use by farmers through the Agriculture Department for digging of fields and plantation of saffron corms. This would increase profitability of saffron growers by reducing the production costs. Each year 125 dryers are also planned for distribution among farmers for drying and seasoning of the harvested crop. The NSM also seeks to develop appropriate systems for organized marketing, quality-based pricing of saffron, and for formulating direct transactions between growers, traders, exporters, and industrial agencies. About saffron. Saffron, The most expensive spice in the world is derived from the dry stigmata of the plant Crocus sativus. The plant is a bulbous, perennial with globular corms, 15 to 20 centimeters high. It has 6 to 10 leaves present at anthesis, 1 to 2 flowers with a lilac-purple color with perianth segments of 3.5 to 5 centimeters and style branches of 2.5 to 3.2 centimeters. The yellow style is deeply divided into 3 branches and the stigmata are bright red. Flowers are arising directly from the corms. Flowers have tri-lobed stigma, which along with the style tops yield the saffron of commerce. Distribution of saffron. In India, it is cultivated in Jammu and Kashmir and in Himachal Pradesh. Saffron thrives best in warm subtropical climate. It is grown in dry temperate conditions with an annual rainfall below 40 centimeters. It grows at an elevation of 2000 meters MSL. Photoperiod exerts a considerable influence in the flowering of saffron. An optimum period of 11 hours illumination is desirable. Unusually low temperature coupled with high humidity during flowering season affects flowering of the crop. Spring rains boost production of new corms. Slightly acidic to neutral, gravelly, loamy, sandy soils are suitable for saffron cultivation. Reasons for reduction of saffron yield. Untimely rains and the absence of sprinkler systems during the dry season have contributed to the situation. Poor techniques adopted by the growers and lack of post-harvest management that have led to low productivity and poor quality. Last year's floods devastated the saffron corms. Farmers are reluctant to lay sprinkler pipes. They have certain apprehensions about its implementation. Shortfall in the replacement of seed for the last 20 years partly due to neglect in improving the seed quality. Uses of saffron. Saffron is used as a culinary seasoning and to color cottage cheese, chicken and meat, rice, mayonnaise, liquors and cordials. It is also used in specialty breads, cakes, confectionaries, Mughlai dishes. Saffron is also used as a perfume in cosmetics. In medicine, saffron is used in fevers, melancholia, and enlargement of liver and spleen. In Ayurvedic medicine, it is used to heal arthritis, impotence, and infertility. It has wide range of uses in Chinese and Tibetan medicines. 3. Dracula ant discovered in Western Ghats. This topic is important under General Studies Paper 2. Scientific discoveries and biodiversity conservation. Why recently in news? A group of citizen scientists have obtained the first photographic record of the Dracula ant from Kerala's Western Ghats region. They believe that their find may be a new species belonging to the Stigmatome group of predaceous ants. The ant was identified by Manoj Vembayam, Kailash Sadasivan and Vinay Krishnan, members of the TNHS Ant Research Group, a wing of the Travancore Natural History Society. About Dracula ant. The recently discovered Dracula ant, Aditomema venatrix, is a highly unusual species, so named because of its grisly feeding habits of drinking the blood of its young. The Dracula ant has since attracted widespread interest not only because of this curious behavior, but also because of its seemingly ancestral morphology. Unlike most ants, these orange-colored ants have abdomens that closely resemble those of wasps, from which ants are believed to have descended some 70 to 80 million years ago. Thus, they have been described as a possible missing link in ant-evolution. Winged males are a darker orange than the workers, the queen is yellow and the larvae are white. 4. Development of inland shipping port at Jalore, Rajasthan. This topic is important under General Studies Paper 2. Indian Geography, Water Transport in India. Why recently in news? The Inland Waterways Authority of India under the Ministry of Shipping proposes to guide and support Rajasthan government for building an inland shipping port at Jalore. A canal is proposed to be built between Moray Creek and Jalore. This canal will be required to maintain a minimum draft of 3 meters. WAPCOS will submit the same within 5 months, duly monitored and guided by Inland Waterways Authority of India. Advantages of building shipping port at Jalore. The port and the terminal that are to be created will help develop inland navigation facilities in western Rajasthan and will also bring about socio-economic development of the region. Business development opportunities along the canal for limestone, gypsum, lignite and cement factories are to be explored by the state government. It is also proposed that existing churras and rivers, like Luni, may be explored for establishing connectivity from Jalore to Moray Creek. Efforts will be made to desalinate the water and use it for irrigation. This would help develop the drought-resistant crops and improve the agrarian pattern in the region. The viability of saline-resistant crops like soya will also be studied for improving the agricultural diversity along the canal. In addition to this, there are plans to develop smart cities on this stretch. A study will also be undertaken on how to make the Indira Gandhi Canal navigable.